So, I don't really want to say some of these. What's up, my dudes? So, I was thinking about, I had like a friendly Geordie's face, and he had like this series called High School Heroes, which branched off into Yilmaz, where he talked about like this one weird kid who always like, he just constantly did all this weird shit. See, I have some really weird, like, primary school stories. I didn't have that many weird ones from, you know what, I did. I have some really weird high school stories as well, but like, my primary school stories are so weird that even with my shitty memory, they just stuck with me. Some of them are just a mess, honestly. And because my memory's pretty shit, so I just wrote some of them down, and like, I'm just gonna, ad-lib from there, basically. And like, these are the kind of stories that like you probably only would know if you went to my primary school, and like, I haven't told any of my friends or anything. This is gonna be the first time you've heard about my really strange primary school experience. I'm not gonna like Tana Mojo like drag out any of these stories. That's why I'm just gonna shove a few in one. So there was this kid, right? He was notoriously weird. Like, well, not weird. He was that kid. Like, I feel like we all knew, like, there was just that one kid who always, they were like, I don't want to say they're mature, but they're kind of like, they were a bit more sort of like, more like adult humor, like they watch MA movies. Can you feel the edgy? And they would like, yeah. So like, there was this kid, and he was like, he was into Family Guy, right? Yeah, I think this was like year 3 that he came. So he was like mad obsessed with Family Guy. I've got some other really weird stories with him as well, but I'll get to those later on. This is more about me, I guess. So, me knowing that he was obsessed with Family Guy, like, I don't know if I wanted to impress him. I don't think I had a thing for him, because like, me in primary school, I just never had like any crushes or anything. It wasn't really my thing. See, if you're watching this and thinking like, oh wow, you were a robot in primary school? Yes, I was. I had 0 emotions. So, yeah, this kid, who was like that, he was that guy, basically. And I was like, oh, nah, like, we're friends. Like, I'm just gonna, do some friend things. So, a normal person might give their friend, like, they might print out, like, a picture of, like, a kitten or something and be like, oh, yeah, they're gonna turn it over and it's gonna be a kitten, and they'll be like, oh my god, I love you, what a great friend. Just disclosure, normal people don't do anything like that. You can tell how, like, socially not there I was in primary school. Me, of course, knowing this kid liked Family Guy, I think I printed off at home, actually, because if I printed off at school, oh, I would have probably copped it. I printed out this, picture from Family Guy. I think it might have been someone who did a drawing of it, and it was of Stewie taking a piss, like, weeing or whatever you want to call it. So he's just so this guy, he literally just like I don't think it ever got to him, actually. My teacher, right, she was, I don't know, I think it was me and a couple other kids. We had to like go in like and do some extra work or something, I don't know. But then so the teacher was like, yeah, wait for me to get there before you go into class. But of course, like, there was that one girl who stood outside and was like, no, like, she said to wait, but like, we were rebels, we weren't gonna listen. To be fair, I was kind of a good kid. Like, the concept of like pink slips and stuff like frightened me. I had never, at that point, I had never been put on the bench, I think. Oh, actually, no, I might have, actually. Anyway, back to the point of this story. So, Jesus Christ. So we all went in, before the teacher arrived, right? And that was the point where I put the page with Stewie pissing. And you know what? It wasn't even, like, I clearly didn't try. Because, it was an A4 sheet of paper, and, like, the picture was, like, that big. And it was like, why didn't you enlarge it, you stupid bitch? Like, oh my god, I'm such a stupid bitch. I mean, not just because I did that, but because I did it, like, I didn't even do it properly. So then, I put it on his desk, right? Then the teacher finally shows up, and she's like, oh, I told you guys to wait outside, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, oh, shit, sorry. Then, because we had trays, and that's, like, when you put all your stuff, and, like, we didn't really put anything on top of our desks. And, of course, she kind of, like, goes around the class, sees, like, oh, there's a sheet of paper on this kid's desk. And she turns it over, sees that it's literally just the fucking baby from Family Guy just taking a waz. And she just picks it, she literally just lifts it, sees what's on it, and just scrunches it up, and is like, who did this? Who the fuck put a photo of this cartoon baby taking a piss on this kid's desk? And obviously, like, I didn't want to own up to it. That was just mortifying. And of it, like, the other kids, they didn't do it either. They didn't do it, so they didn't really want to own up to it. So, you know, she's like, who did this? I said no, they said no, like, they were all like, well, it had to be one of you because, you know, she stayed outside, you were the only 3 in here, and we were like, no, it wasn't me, like, what the fuck you on about? So, yeah, I never copped that one. I've now admitted to it. I'd like to issue a formal apology to that teacher for having seen that. God, I was so careless, honestly. We had this whole, like, pink slip thing where if you went in class without a teacher's permission, then, like, you'd get a pink slip, and then you'd have to sit on the bench or something, I don't know. So, oh god, it was either year 2 or year 5, because I was in, like, the same classroom for those two. Like, I had to go into the class and grab my jumper, because it was winter, it was cold, like, sue me. So, you know what, I'm pretty sure my desk was quite close to the door, so I was a bit like, nah, I'll be in there for, like, 2 seconds. I'll literally just dip in, grab my jumper, and, you know, go. Like, it wasn't like I was gonna sneak into the classroom and steal something like my klepto friend. That's the other thing. I had a klepto friend in primary school. I'll probably talk about her, like, in another video. I could probably make an entire video just on her and her klepto tendencies. Jesus Christ. But this, I swear to God, there, in the 0.3321 seconds I was in that classroom to grab my jumper. I didn't even grab it, by the way. This absolute bitch of a teacher. I feel like she has, like, a spidey sense for this shit. She's just like, a child is doing something I can yell about. So then she comes out of nowhere and is like, you. And she was like, what are you doing? Like, this is unacceptable. You're getting a pink slip. Like, go to the bench. And I had never been on the bench at that point, I'm pretty sure. So I have a feeling it probably was year 2. Me, like, scared out of my mind. I was, like, freaking the fuck out. I was, like, hysterical crying, heading my way up to the bench that I'd never been on before because I was a good child. And this teacher, right? Oh, so I'm pretty sure that the first teacher that told me I could go in was a teacher assistant. And there was another teacher assistant that kind of saw me crying on the bench and was like, oh, okay, like, what's up? And I was like, oh, I just wanted to go into my classroom and grab my jumper. So this relief teacher took me to get my jumper without being a bitch about it. And, like, going off at me for no reason. The bench, man, it was so ominous. So the bench, right, the bench was literally just, like, this blue bench. I think all the benches were blue, so that's probably not really a necessary detail. But it was this bench outside of the office where, like, all the naughty kids would go and, like, the, you know, so the teachers could spy on you or whatever. I'd be like, yo, like, don't be naughty or whatever. I might make more of these, but, like, with probably better stories, because, I mean, I do have better stories, I promise. Like, some of these were kind of lame, and you're probably, like, picking up on that, but, like, if you want me to post another one, just, like, you know, leave me a comment, let me know if you thought this was remotely interesting. It's just insight as to how lame I was in primary school, as well as, like, how fully sick the other kids were. But, like, you know, let me know, if you want, you know, more of these. Like and subscribe, and peace out. Me and my crappy memory, I honestly do not remember Stewie having his butt out, which is probably why the teacher was so upset by seeing it. And, like, this is the actual photo I sent to someone. You know what? I'll save some of the juicy ones, like, the really, like, stupidly juicy ones. Like, oh my god.